Hello class, this is Carlos, and in this quick tutorial I'm going to show you how to display information in this DataGridView and filter it using this combo box. We're going to feed this combo box with the information here from this data enum data type. As you can see, we have different months. We have a non-value which is 0. I did it that way so I was able to match the months with the numbers. Let's see it working. We have all the values there. And now we're going to try to display the information here in the DataGridView. First we need to set the columns for that. We're going to use this option from the DataGridView. We are going to choose a data source. There are two ways for that. One is doing it this way. You can just select the person class, which I have it here and here, or you can also select this option here, add project data source, and choose object. You can use database for your actual database, let's say SQL server, or maybe a service using a web API. But we're going to use an object. From our project, we select this namespace and we select the class. We click finish, and we are going to get the columns for this class. Now we should trigger an event. So every time we use the arrows in our keyboard, we can trigger the filtering event. So first you select the combo box, you move to events, and you go to the event you want to use. You can use something else. Just for the sake of convenience, I use key up. You double click here, and that's going to generate the event with the name you're going to be using in that control. I'm going to delete this. I'm going to move the code because this is the same event I was using before, but I'm not using it anymore. As you can see, it's using 0 reference, and this has 1 reference. I'm going to delete it because I'm not using it. And what is happening here? From the combo box, when I use the keyboard, I'm going to get a value, the value which is selected. You can use any of these: selected index, selected value, selected text, selected item. They all give you different results. I prefer to use selected index because that retrieves an integer value that I'm going to use for the comparison. So after that, I'm going to get the value. I'm going to need a new list, and I'm going to iterate through the the people list I already have, and I'm going to compare the selected value with the month of birth of every person. Okay, so here's the comparison. The value from the selected index, I'm going to be comparing it to the birth of month of every person in the people list. Okay, birth month, and if it's true, I'm going to add them to the new list. And after finishing the entire iteration, I'm going to set the new list into the data source of the DataGridView. This should be now working. Let me delete this breakpoint. Remember, I'm using the keyboard and I'm getting the information. Okay, so let's see. July has no people from that who was born on that month. July, June, there's no people on July, but yes, in August. Okay, September, October, November. In November we have Vivian only, Vivian Smith, and as you can see, it is working.